So good morning and welcome to the Committee on Public Safety, Judiciary, and Homeland Security. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Each member is acknowledging that they are attending the meeting via Zoom and that they are located in Wayne County, Michigan, unless otherwise stated when I call your name. Commissioner Knezek.
Here.
Commissioner Kinlock.
Present.
Commissioner Basham.
Here.
Commissioner Scott.
Present.
Chair Clark Coleman.
Here.
You have a quorum present.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Next item.
B, Chairwoman's remarks.
I have none. Go ahead.
C, approval of March 10th, 2021 meeting minutes.
Can I have a
Move approval. Move approval with any necessary corrections, Madam Chair. Ken Locke.
Do I have a support?
Support.
Okay, been properly moved by Commissioner Kenlock, supported by Commissioner
Basham.
Bash. Okay. I'm sorry, I stand corrected. Seconded by Commissioner Ray Basham. Are there questions on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye. Aye.
Those opposed? The motion carries. Madam Clerk.
D, unfinished business. There is none listed.
Okay.
Item 1, under new business, communication from the Sheriff's Office forwarding the monthly report on the Sheriff's Office overtime costs.
Okay, Samaya, you're up.
Good morning, everybody, and thank you for having me today. This is a monthly report on overtime expenditures at the Sheriff's Office. As of February 20th of this year, we have spent over $5 million in overtime. There are a lot of reasons why the overtime is so high and that we don't have control over, one of which is that we have 247 vacant positions at the Sheriff's Office. And this year alone, we hired 14 police officers, but we lost 32 to retirement, resignation, or termination, yes. Just to let you know, we are in the process of hiring a new recruiter. Hopefully he'll come on board in May of this year to help us hire more police officer and hopefully reduce the overtime expenditures.
You are in the process of hiring who?
A new recruiter. A recruiter that's dedicated 100%. We already have two, but we were hiring a third one.
You have two now?
Yes, ma'am.
And you're going to add one more to that?
Yes, ma'am.
Madam Chair?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, if you've already got two recruiters, do you have an idea how many each recruiter has got to enlist in the Sheriff's Department?
We have not set goals, but between the two recruiters right now, they're bringing in this year, almost each brought in 6 or 7. And we are in the process right now. We're starting a new academy for new recruits, but we only have 2 applications to process. So it's been tough. It's been tough getting people to commit to becoming police officers and correctional officers.
To do a follow-up, so
Yes.
what does a recruiter do when they are hired to recruit police officers? Do they go into the high schools?
Pre-pandemic, yes, they would go to the high schools, the colleges, to fairs, job fairs. We have an ad with Indeed, but currently, because of the pandemic, we can't go to the colleges, we can't go to the schools, but we do have social media going, and we have Indeed. We post on Indeed, so we're getting some applications, but for some odd reason, with the applications that we're receiving, people are not making it to the finish line.
Are you done, Commissioner?
No, but I'll leave my questions for
Oh, that's
later.
okay. Go ahead.
No, I'm good. No, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. Somebody,
Here,
you indicated that,
I'm here.
I'm sorry. You
I didn't
indicated,
say anything.
okay, you indicated that that this person would be dedicated to nothing but recruiting. Are the other two not dedicated to anything, other than recruiting?
Yes, they are. They are 100% dedicated to recruiting, yes.
So are they full-time employees?
Full-time employees, yes.
And each one have only brought in like 7 for the whole year?
From October 1st till now, yes,
October 1st.
for a total of 14. They brought in more applications, but to the finish line only came in 14.
I see.
Applications are coming in, but people don't qualify, or the background check is very expensive, so they don't make it. There's a lot of reasons why, or they don't pass the physical, or they don't pass the written exam. So there are a lot of reasons why they're not making it to the finish line. They're bringing in more applications, but they're not
Okay.
making
So
it.
they're bringing it in, but it's only like 7 that's been able to go through the whole process.
Yes.
Do you call it matriculated?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Any other questions on this issue?
Madam Chair,
Go ahead.
move to receive and file item number 1.
Okay.
Support.
Been properly moved to receive and file by Commissioner Ken Locke, supported by Commissioner Martha G. Scott. Are there questions on the motion? Hearing none. All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? The motion carries. Madam Clerk.
Item 2, requesting commission approval of Amendment 2 to a contract with a 1-year option to renew with Lake Ridge Village.
187,000.
Good morning again, Mrs. Sumaya, through the chair.
Go ahead.
This contract with Lakewood.
Something's happened.
Okay, through the chair, this contract is with Lake Ridge. Can you hear me?
Now I can, yeah.
Okay. The Lake Ridge Village contract is one of the 6 residential treatment contracts that we currently have. We are requesting to renew the contract for 1 more year. We're not asking for more funding. The contract helps us with reducing the number of inmates housed at the jails. It also helps the inmates by providing them with programs at the residential treatment, such as Alcoholic Anonymous, group or individual sessions with social worker. So it's very beneficial to have this contract in place for the inmates and for the sheriff's office and Wayne County as a whole.
Okay.
So moved, Madam Chair.
Support.
Properly
Commissioner
moved by Commissioner Martha G. Scott, supported by Commissioner Ken Locke. Are there any other questions on this motion? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, would you call for the vote?
Commissioner Kenizik,
Yes.
Commissioner Kinlock,
Yes.
Commissioner Basham,
Yes.
Commissioner Scott,
Yes.
Chair Clark Coleman.
Yes. The motion carries. Madam Clerk.
Item 3, requesting commission approval of Amendment 1 to a 3-year contract with a 1-year option to renew with house arrest services.
Through the chair, this is Sumaya Harp again.
Yes.
The contract with house arrest provides us with tethers. During the pandemic, the number of inmates on tether increased by 99.9%, from 700 to over 1,800. We are projecting to need more funds. We're reducing one vendor's contract amount, and we're increasing 2 vendors' contract amount. Because of the pandemic, we're projecting that we're going to need more funding.
Can you
Any
scroll
questions?
up a little bit because I can only see a very. We're on item number 4, correct?
3.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
3,
sorry.
Madam Chair.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, okay. Now, are there any questions on this item from the commissioners?
So moved, Madam Chair.
Support.
It's been properly moved by Commissioner Scott, supported by Commissioner Kenlock. Are there any other questions on this motion? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, would you call the roll?
Commissioner Kenizik,
Yes.
Commissioner Kenlock,
Yes.
Commissioner Basham,
Yes.
Commissioner Scott,
Yes.
Chair Clark Coleman,
Yes. The motion carries. Next item.
Item 4, requesting commission approval of Amendment 1 to a 3-year contract with a 1-year option to renew with Sentinel Offender Services.
Through the chair, this is Maya again.
Go ahead.
Sentinel is another contract that they're considering themselves as a backup for the other 2 tether companies. We have not had any, the company provide us any services as of today's date. In lieu of asking for additional funds for the other 2 vendors, we are reducing the contract with Sentinel by $900,000 and splitting the difference.
Okay.
Any questions?
Can I get a motion on this?
So moved.
Support.
Properly moved by Commissioner Scott, supported by Commissioner Kenlock. Are there questions on this motion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by, I'm sorry, call the roll, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Kenizik,
Yes.
Commissioner Kenlock,
Yes.
Commissioner Basham,
Yes.
Commissioner Scott,
Yes.
Chair Clark Coleman,
Yes. The motion carries. Next item, Madam Clerk.
Item 5, requesting commission approval of Amendment 1 to a 3-year contract with a 1-year option to renew with United Monitoring Solutions.
Through the chair, this is the 3rd tether contract. We are projecting that we're going to need more funds. That's why we reduced for United Monitoring and house arrest. We've seen a huge increase during the pandemic from 700 inmates on tether to over 1,800 inmates on tether. And we're projecting that the numbers will go a little bit higher during this pandemic.
And that's because you've got more people out on tether and less people,
Yes,
less inmates being incarcerated.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, do I have a motion on this one?
Move approval, Madam Chair. Commissioner Kenlock.
Support.
Properly moved by Commissioner Kenlock, supported by Commissioner Scott. Are there any other questions on this motion? Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Commissioner Kenizik,
Yes.
Commissioner Kenlock,
Yes.
Commissioner Basham,
Yes.
Commissioner Scott,
Yes.
Chair Clark Coleman,
Yes, the motion carries. Next item, Madam Clerk.
Item 6, requesting commission approval of Modification 3 to a sole source software maintenance agreement with Relentless and Superior Holdings, LLC, DBA Superior LLC.
Through the chair, this is Sumaya Harp again. With me is Lieutenant Gloucester. He is the expert on this contract, so he's going to speak to this contract modification. Lieutenant Gloucester?
Good. Yeah, good afternoon, Lieutenant Gloucester, through the chair. This system came before you quite a few times. This is basically a renewal of the licensing that we're currently using that tracks our CAD system. It's the computer automated dispatch system. It tracks the units on the road. It tracks our reports. It tracks, it's our record management system.
Commissioner Ray Basham.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I am familiar with this. I originally voted no on the contract, but I voted yes on modifications 1 and 2. So I think I will be supporting this item. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other questions on this motion, on this item? Now, can I have a motion on this?
So moved.
Support.
Been properly moved by Commissioner Basham, supported by Commissioner Scott. Any other questions on the motion? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Knizek,
Yes.
Commissioner Kinlock,
Yes.
Commissioner Basham,
Yes.
Commissioner Scott,
Yes.
Chair Clark Coleman.
Yes. The motion carries. Next item.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Next item, Madam Clerk.
Item 7, requesting Commission approval of a grant agreement with the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services.
This is item 7.
Prosecutor's office.
Prosecutor's office. Tony, are you here?
I'm sorry, Madam Chair, I had to unmute.
Okay.
Yes, I'm here and I'm very pleased to describe this particular grant. I'm also very pleased as you know, Madam Prosecutor works very hard and diligently to get as many grants as possible. Here today, items 7 through 11, we have about $2.7 million in grants to take the burden off of the general fund. But speaking to number 7, I just want to call your attention. This is a very unusual grant. The $387,000 plus is there to hire 7 crime victim rights navigators who are people that will assist the victims of crime to fill out the applications for them to get compensation through the state. The grant will run through September 30th of 2021. It's a very innovative one, and we're very pleased to bring it forth.
So you got 7 people here. Are these like social workers or someone like that?
Yes, Madam Chair, it'd be social workers, victim advocates to be able to help these people to fill out the paperwork. Sometimes the paperwork in and of itself is kind of daunting, but when you've been the victim of a crime and you're trying to find your way through,
Okay.
this will provide people to help them.
Okay. And do we have people on board to do this kind of stuff?
We have a number of victims advocates. This actually allows us to expand that.
Okay. All right. Do I have a motion on this one?
So move, Madam Chair.
Second.
Support.
Where did that support come from? Okay. Properly moved by Commissioner Scott, supported by Commissioner Ray Basham. Are there questions on this motion? Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Commissioner Knizek,
Same.
Commissioner Kinlock,
Yes.
Commissioner Basham,
Yes.
Commissioner Scott,
Yes.
Chair Clark Coleman.
Yes. The motion carries. Next item.
Thank you.
Item 8, requesting Commission approval of Modification 1 to a Sub-Recipient agreement with the Thomas M. Cooley Law School.
Mhm.
Through the chair,
Sure. Go ahead, Tony.
this is a Sub-Recipient agreement, essentially part of the Innocence Project. There's $123,786 as part of this modification that would run through September 30th of 2021. These funds will be specifically used to hire and dedicate 1 Cooley staff attorney and to hire expert consultation on primarily DNA. Again, this was an innovative one. We've seen this before. Essentially, this extends this agreement, and there's no county match required. This is pure grant money.
Tony, when you say a Cooley attorney, are these law school students?
It'll be an attorney working in the Cooley Law School Innocence Project, but
So
it will
Go
be
ahead.
a fully licensed attorney, not a law student.
Okay, all right. Okay. All right, do I have a motion on this one?
So moved, Madam Chair.
Support?
Support.
Properly moved by Commissioner Scott, supported by Commissioner Basham. Are there questions on this motion? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, would you call the roll, please?
Commissioner Kenizik,
Yes.
Commissioner Kinlock,
Yes.
Commissioner Basham,
Yes.
Commissioner Scott,
Yes.
Chair Clark Coleman.
Yes. Next item, Madam Clerk.
Thank you.
Item 9, requesting commission approval of modification 3 to the fiscal year 16, improving criminal justice responses to sexual assault, domestic violence, dating violence, and stalking grant program agreement with the U.S. Department of Justice, Office on Violence Against Women.
Okay,
Through the chair.
Tony, go ahead.
Madam Prosecutor wants the commission to be aware there's often a lot of mistaken ideas about what happened with the rape kits, that they've been processed and therefore you're done with them. Unfortunately, that's not the case. They've been all tested, but now as the testing goes on, it's necessary to follow through and prosecute those offenders that can be located. This is almost another $1 million on the grant with no county match required. And this is specifically responses to sexual assault, domestic violence, and dating violence and stalking. These funds will allow us to process more and more of these rape kits, hopefully to get down to convictions. The term would be extended to September 30th of 2023. And as I said, it brings in almost an additional $1 million. We're very grateful to the federal government for this particular grant. And again, we're always happy to, I shouldn't say we, prosecutors are always happy to take the burden off the general fund.
And there's no matching funds for this one either, huh?
None.
Okay. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Move approval.
It's been properly moved by Commissioner Scott, supported by Commissioner Basham. Are there-
No, I didn't
I'm
support.
sorry. Was it Commissioner Kenlock?
Yes.
I know somebody supported it. Okay. Okay. Are there questions on this motion? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Commissioner Kenizik,
You know, I think I was having problems hearing him the last time, so
yeah,
can
me
you
too.
hear him now?
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yes, okay.
Yeah.
Yep, I said yes, I'm sorry.
Commissioner Kinlock,
Yes.
Commissioner Basham,
Yes.
Commissioner Scott,
Yes.
Chair Clark Coleman.
Yes, the motion carries. Next item.
Item 10, requesting commission approval of modification 1 to the Operation Legend, formerly Operation Relentless Pursuit, grant agreement with the U.S. Department of Justice, Office of Justice Programs, Bureau of Justice Assistance.
Tony?
Through the chair, this grant is part of a joint task force with the federal government, U.S. Department of Justice, Office of Justice Programs. It's another $1 million with no matching grant, no matching funds required. This will pay for 7 assistant prosecuting attorneys to work on this particular program, which is which is to prosecute violent criminals and their organizations. This modification, again, is $1 million. It'll carry us through September the 30th of 2023. Operation Legend is what was Operation Relentless Pursuit. This program, in conjunction with the Department of Justice, has already resulted in a number of arrests, and I think it's going to be a good program going forward, trying to get the bad guys off the streets.
Okay.
And I'll answer any other questions you may have.
All right.
Madam Chair, move approval.
Okay. Do I have support?
Support.
Properly moved by Commissioner, was that Kenlock?
Yes.
By Commissioner Kenlock, supported by Commissioner Scott. Are there questions on the motion? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Commissioner Kenizik,
Yes.
Commissioner Kinlock,
Yes.
Commissioner Basham,
Yes.
Commissioner Scott,
Yes.
Chair Clark Coleman.
Yes. The motion carries. Madam Clerk?
Item 11, requesting commission approval of modification to a sub-award grant agreement with Michigan State University.
Okay. Who do we have here to speak?
Madam Chair, this is a
Prosecutor.
grant that this is a grant that the committee and the commission has seen before. This is part of the police prosecutor partnership in the 9th precinct to deal with non-fatal shootings and homicides. The committee and the commission should be aware that the Detroit Police Department is the one who targets which particular precinct, which area of the city they believe should be covered by this particular agreement. We have been doing this now. I think we're going into the 5th year with this police prosecution partnership. And again, we're not asking you for any money. We just want your approval to extend the term of this grant.
Now, has it always been the 9th precinct?
As long as I've been involved this last 5 years, yes.
Okay.
At
Okay.
one point, there was some focus on one of the other precincts, but the 9th seems to be the one where the focus is most needed.
Where the chief feels like they need more help there.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Can I get a motion on this one?
So moved, Madam Chair.
Can I have
Support.
properly moved by Commissioner Scott, supported by Commissioner Basham. Are there questions on the motion? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Commissioner Kenizik,
Yes.
Commissioner Kinlock,
Yes.
Commissioner Basham,
Yes.
Commissioner Scott,
Yes.
Chair Clark Coleman.
Yes. The motion carries.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
I just want to, on behalf of the prosecutor, thank the legislative analyst staff for all the hard work that they did in bringing these forward. Sometimes hard with our grants because the federal government doesn't get us the paperwork in time and so on. But you have an excellent legislative and analytical staff, and prosecutor wanted me to make sure that I gave a shout out to them. Thank you.
Yeah, they've been keeping me abreast of it, and they've made every effort to try to get them through, even if they've got a question on it. So they keep trying to make sure that they get them through on time, because these grants, this brings money into our coffers, maybe not the county coffers, but it brings money into the individual departments, and we certainly need that. And I agree. I thank the staff for working so diligently and cooperatively with the prosecutor's office to bring these forth as rapidly as possible. And I see Commissioner Scott has her hand up.
I just want to say thank you to Tony for bringing all of those forward. And if staff was a part of this helping, I thank them both because these are really some good grants.
They are.
Thank
I
you,
agree.
Commissioner.
Now, I thought one was for the integrity unit. Which one of these grants applied to that?
Part of the, pardon me, Madam Chair, through the Innocence Project, the
Oh, okay,
Cooley Law School
We
project.
law school, right? Mhm.
okay, that's the one that applies to it.
We do have some other ones coming specifically for the CIU, the Conviction Integrity Unit, and we'll have those for you, I hope, for your next meeting.
Yeah, because I think there was one like $500,000 or something like that.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay.
She's the prosecutor, she's chasing down money everywhere
Yes.
we can get it.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is. And I thank her for it because it certainly is a credit to her for making sure that our citizens are treated properly.
We are hoping that with the new administration in Washington, that we may be able to search out some more grants.
Yeah, you think that maybe you can get some grants through the COVID initiative at all?
We're working on that right now, Madam Chair.
Okay. Okay. Moving right along, Madam Clerk, next item. And thanks, Tony, for coming in.
You know I'll always be here.
Madam Clerk,
F, such other matters as may be properly submitted before the committee.
I've not been informed of any. Next.
Public comments.
Okay, you want to unmute anyone that's here today so that I might invite them to make a comment on any items that we've discussed here today?
The lines have been unmuted.
Okay. This is our time for comment. So if there's anyone here who would like to make a comment on any of the items that we've discussed here today, you can go ahead and make those comments at this time. Do we have any emails, Madam Clerk?
No, we haven't received any emails.
Okay, and I would assume that we do not have anyone who wishes to make a comment at this time. Okay, moving right along.
Adjournment.
So move.
Do I have a
Support.
support?
Yes.
Properly moved by Commissioner Scott, supported by Commissioner Basham. All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, adjourned. Thank you all.
I see young Andy there. He didn't shave this morning.